right, YouTube. This is Mr. Mean coming at you this fine Thursday evening at 7 p.m. I hope everybody out there in YouTube land is doing great. Tonight we have a live play on Foundry. David Winmark, our GM, is going to run us through some Cypher system, Claim the Sky. But along with me tonight as fellow players is, of course, your ever-loving Mr. Mean playing Seismic, the gravity manipulator. We've also got Count Zero. We've got Corsana, and we've got Count Zero, Josh, of Angel Citadel, along with his lovely wife, Corsana, a.k.a. Miss Joanne. And I'm going to let those guys introduce their characters, and then we're going to turn it over to David. Why don't we start with Cosmic Flux?
Hey, Cosmic Flux. I'm playing Velocity, a speedster who don't go down for getting involved in corporate board of director stuff. He's his own hero.
That's right. And then we'll go over to Count Zero next.
Hello all, I'm Count Zero. I am playing the Phantom, who is an exiled explorer who shreds the walls of the world.
Nice. And then Battlejack, ChaosNet.
ChaosNet Jim. I'm playing Battlejack, who is an honorable warrior who is a cyborg. Think Captain America meets RoboCop.
Excellent. And then the ever wonderful, amazing mistress of Angel Citadel, Miss Corsana.
I am Joanne, or the Angel of Angel Citadel, as Mean calls me. I will be playing Lily, who is a sensational bunny speaker who wears power armor.
Wow. And I guess I'm Mr. Mean, and I am a brash adept who controls gravity. And then we're going to turn it over to Mr. Winmark David and let him tell us what we're doing tonight. David, take it away, sir.
All right. Okay. So as you said, we're going to be playing Claim the Sky, which is the Super's take on the Cypher system. And let's say we've got 5 players here, and you guys kind of already introduced yourselves. So in order to get things rolling, we're going to just kind of say that you guys have familiarity with one another. How far that goes is up to you. And if you guys want to play into that as we get into the excitement this evening, that's fine. Just go as far as you want to it, and I think if you do, it'll just make things a lot more easy characters, and I think it'll be fun just to kind of do it on the fly. So being that this is a one shot, don't feel too much pressure having to worry about like things like continuity or anything like that. We're just gonna basically give the Cypher Supers rules a good tryout and see how everything feels and just have some fun. So you guys ready?
Ready?
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So let's see here.
I attack.
Yeah.
I
Let's
attack.
see
There
here.
you go. I attack the gazebo with utmost hatred.
Right. Okay. So, you guys are, and actually I think some of you guys are still loading. Is that what it looks like? A couple of you guys.
Mr. Mean is in.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I guess for completeness on the whole Cypher system thing, I should say that Velocity is a fast hero, or a fast explorer who moves like the wind.
Okay, there you go.
Excellent. Yeah. And this is only my second time playing Cypher. It was my first time playing 2nd edition. So a big thank you to David for running for us, doing this one shot. Super cool, dude. And thanks to everybody out there in YouTube land that's hopefully going to watch this. Give it a thumbs up if you can. And David, let's get into this.
Okay, so it looks like are you still loading the
All I see is blackness.
Yeah,
You got the game paused right now, David.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There we go. Yeah, I forgot. Okay. All right.
I think we may not have vision.
Okay. Hang on.
Yeah, I can't move my token either.
Okay. Hang on. See, there we go. Okay.
There we go. I
Technical
can move my
problems
token now.
arise. Okay. Well, that's because you're on pause, but hang on one second.
Now, is Stark City part of the Claim the Skies,
No.
or is this your own thing?
No. It's just another. It's just a one of the most of supers
Settings?
settings. Yeah, out there. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because
you
not
guys-
everybody may not know a lot about the Cypher system, so I may ask what I feel are dumb questions, but they're legit
Yeah.
because I don't know crap about Cypher.
Well, that's fine. Because let's see here. I gotta make this so you guys can see what's going on. So while I'm futzing with that, you guys
I'm using my super speed to uncover the map.
Nice.
let's see.
No surprises.
Okay, let me know if anybody's vision.
That's
Hey,
it.
there we go.
You get it? Okay. All right, cool. Okay. All right. And then Mr. Mean, you're
Is
still at the
Mean?
map zone, right?
All I see is the Stark City map,
Yeah. hold
and
on.
I see all of the tokens though. The Phantom Velocity.
You're the oddball for some reason. That's not loading. So
Click
let
up
me
at the
see.
top on the other scene.
On scenes.
You've
Yeah, I
got
don't know.
up at the top over by the anvil. There's Stark City map and Winnington Hills Country Club.
I
Yeah,
don't
when
see.
you
I
see
don't
that.
see the country club. I only see
You don't
Stark.
see the country club?
Yep.
Hmm.
You got to move. Maybe put my token on that map.
You're here.
Oh, okay. Well,
You're
I can
here.
reload
Hang on,
my
let me
screen.
Your token's here. Come get your token.
Yeah. Don't you want your token? Go to your token. What's the matter with
Let's
your token?
see. Hang on. Let me see.
Happy Gilmore
Are
reference.
you good for your token?
Why you're
Yeah.
the oddball here.
All right, I'm logging back
Remember
in.
that. I have to remember that I'm the little C bubble with the.
Yeah, I know. There's a
gold
lot of
color.
C's. Right. There's a
Yep.
lot of C's here. That's funny.
There we go.
He may have to.
Okay.
Do I
No,
need
no,
to
no.
log out and log
the,
back
in
in?
the lower left. You'll
Yeah.
see Mr. Mean.
Yeah.
Yep.
So go ahead and right click on that and make sure
Pull the
that,
scene.
yeah. Well,
can
no,
do
make
that.
sure
Oh.
that he is associated with his token.
It says I am.
User configuration. Select character. Save
Because you can
configuration.
see, so now he's associated. He should move.
Yeah, I can move my token.
No, he just didn't switch to the scene for some reason.
Yeah, some reason I'm not. I don't even see it up here on the next to the anvil in the upper left. All I see is Stark City map.
There, yeah. Let me see. Hang on. Thing.
I mean, I can log out and log back in.
No, it shouldn't be that. I'm making sure it's not something. But everybody else loaded, so it was just a vision thing. So I don't know why. Oh, let me try it. No, that's not it either. And pull to scene doesn't seem to be working for you either.
Yeah, and I have vision.
Thing. Well, it's not vision. It's the fact that you won't switch scenes. For
All
some
right, let me
reason.
log out and I'll come back.
Okay. All right. Well, let me.
Maybe he's been banned from.
I know,
country
right?
club, right? Maybe he's
Right,
been banned
right,
from
right.
country club?
So
What did you?
He's been
He's
banned
like-
already.
he's
Already.
not
Yeah.
wanted. He's not
I'm
wanted
really
to-
the villain of the story, and me
Right,
and David haven't
right.
told you. I'm going to kill all of you.
So-
There we
He
go.
took
I
the
see it
country
now.
Club owner
So
out
what'd you
to
do?
The 9th at 9.
You had to relog.
Yeah, I
Okay.
just bumped out and came
Okay.
back in.
All right. Okay.
He caused a seismic event at their pro shop.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Don't use my name
So-
in vain.
So you guys, let me read this really quick. There is a Madame Doris Duckworth. Okay, she's having her annual holiday tree trimming event at her country club in Winnington Hills. Okay, so the centerpiece to this tree trimming event is going to be a tree that's just like draped in gems and jewels. The media has dubbed the tree to be the most expensive Christmas tree in the world, and supposedly the tree and its ornaments are valued at about 15 million US dollars. Dripping with real diamonds, the tree is the product of a partnership between the Duckworth Hotel uh, and the Spanish Costa del Sol. And celebrity designer Marsha Bingham, a British artist, is going to be there, and this is her creation. Um, Along with the high value stones, including pink, red, white, and black diamonds, the tree has edible treats and traditional decorations. The tree also features, I guess you say this, Etoile de Glace, a 2.6 million blue and white diamond necklace set at its top, which is basically supposedly French for ice star. Okay. The showstopper tree will be unveiled this week at a reception. During the hotel management explained that the flawlessly cut decorations will be there for all to see but not touch. And You guys will be at this event actually as guests of the illustrious Lily, who has a personal invitation to be there for a what do you call it? Social media event that she'll be there uh, as part of, and to actually kind of like take pictures and stuff of her quote unquote decorating the tree before the actual lighting of the tree.
Oh, cool! I got a camera.
Yeah. So, Lily, you also have become not just kind of like a celebrity of Stark City, but kind of like one of the like creme de la creme heroes of the city. And one of your contacts, who is the Stark City Police Department Inspector, James Gordon, he actually is the one who set up everything for you to be there because Madame Duckworth did not, I repeat, did not want a strong police presence there because it would look bad. So the inspector suggested that if you had any companions who you felt were able to maybe be there discreetly, but perhaps help out if needed, then he said, please invite them to come along. Okay. So the event is this evening. You guys are pretty much there, so to speak, because we want to hit the ground running. Excuse me. There is a elite who's who on the guest list, which includes like many celebrities, some politicians, and of course, Stark City's wealthy. The Hungerford Orphans Children's Choir will be performing many holiday classics. Guests will include Alderman Lyons. Mayor Morales was supposed to be there, but she declined because her honor and Madame Duckworth do not get along. There's there's also going to be violin virtuoso Isaac Bowen, who's going to be there, and many more. Okay. So, what questions do you guys have, if any?
Is she employing any private security, or is it just
Yes.
pretty much us?
Yes, she is.
Okay. And
Madame Duckworth is using a private security company known as Caliber Limited. Okay.
What's the public knowledge of Caliber Limited? Are they legit? Have they been involved in any scandals? Well, I'm just
not,
you know.
No. Not that's fine. That's fine. Not any public scandals, but Caliber Limited is known by Battlejack.
Oh, okay.
Are we inside mingling, or are we outside?
We're gonna figure this out now. That's what we're working this through. So I'm basically kind of giving you guys the lay of the land, speak, and then we'll that's why it's pretty much open forum. You guys can ask me kind of questions you want, and then we can figure out what you guys want to do.
And what do I know about Caliber, since it is known to me?
Well, Caliber Limited is
thumbs up or thumbs down?
Well, I don't know. You're gonna have to decide for yourself because It's led by John Diggle, who used to be a member of one of your ops teams in the past. He was once a Vanguard member.
Okay. So just a quick backstory. My human
Mm-hmm.
persona, Jack Manning,
Mm-hmm.
is dead, right? To everyone except for very high governmental clearance. So
Yeah.
even my wife and kid, they think I'm dead.
Well,
So,
you don't even show your face, so no one
right.
would know, and
Okay.
probably told them they are in the know. But you know who he is, though.
Is he here?
This is his, and I called it private security, but you would call it mercenaries. Okay.
This is just
Tomato,
getting better and better.
tomato.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomato.
Like
So
water.
yes, he would be here. Yes. Okay.
And last question for me.
Okay.
What was the temperature of our relationship?
Ooh. How would you want it to?
Jaded lover.
I don't think my wife would like that. I don't know. Maybe she might. Who
Yeah,
knows?
there you go. Right.
I would say it was tumultuous because
Okay.
I didn't like his tactics.
Okay. Maybe he was a little rougher around the edges for you. Kind of bucked. What do you call it?
I'm honorable.
Protocol.
Yeah, I'm honorable, so I'm
Okay.
more of the Boy Scout straight arrow.
Yep.
So he did things that sometimes you have to do, but I couldn't abide by those things.
And that's why he's no longer with Vanguard. Okay. He basically says, "Screw those guys. I'm gonna do my own thing." Okay.
I'll relay that information to the team.
Okay. And
Is
then,
it
like
assumed
I said,
we have some sort of method of do we have cell phones with Bluetooth headsets or something? I mean,
yeah, whatever you guys, whatever
you guys
works
all
for
agree
guys,
to
you
that?
guys-
We have some sort of high tech communication
you guys can have some
device
type of- yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Built
Yeah,
into our
headsets
armor or
built in or
suit.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. That's super team, norm. That's no problem.
Right. I would say Bunny's Lily's our radio man because she's got the bunny ears.
Yeah, right.
So I couldn't resist. I'm sorry.
And I'm cute.
And I'm cute.
That's the most important factor. I'm cute.
Yeah. Well, I'm really shy around you because I'm a big nerd.
Are we there? Are we there as heroes or are we undercover?
How do you? The only one who is, I guess, who has quote unquote permission to be out and about, would be Lily. So, how do you guys want to do it? Do you guys want to be incognito? Do you guys want?
They're
Let
my
me know.
camera
Let me
crew.
know if I'm giving you guys too much freedom. But
No.
Do it.
You said in the beginning that Lily was was asked to bring some supers to kind of help provide security. So Seismic is straight up flaunting the spandex.
Okay.
The picture you see, that's me.
I okay. All right.
And I don't walk anywhere. I hover 2 inches above the ground because I'm that cool.
So Velocity, how do you? I'll just go around the table, so to speak.
I mean, I guess if we're there to help out and keep the tree from getting stolen,
Yeah.
I mean, if most of the rest of the team is suited up, I would be too.
Okay.
Which really isn't much. It's
So do you want to mingle with the crowd, or you're going to be off to the side, or what? How?
probably off to the side.
Okay.
If he's in his hero guise, he wouldn't be carrying around the camera. That eventually some person with a big intellect pool would figure something out.
I'd like to
Okay,
point out that Velocity, don't you move fast enough that you could take one of the larger diamonds and swap it real quick and go drop it off somewhere and come back? And nobody would even know. I'm just pointing that out. I'm not saying you would do that, but just tossing out a possible option for a payday.
I was just reading the part about combat between PCs.
Oh, see, yes, there you go.
What are you trying to say, man?
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, Seismic may have just figured out my grand plan, so I may have
Oops.
to get rid of him.
Remember, I control gravity, so I can keep everybody else from moving.
Okay,
Come on,
so
we got this, buddy. We got this.
You guys got a little thing going on between you two. I see. So
don't tell Lily.
What about
Velocity would be sticking to the probably to the peripheral, to the outside.
Okay.
Because I mean, everywhere in there is going to be close for me. So
okay, all right, that's fair. That's fine. So what about the Phantom? What's his plan? What's his thing?
Well, the Phantom is actually probably running around in jeans and a hoodie.
Okay.
Hey,
but
that's my costume.
If
yeah.
So if we know each other, they happen to know that at the drop of a hat there can show up a wolf that eats people's souls for dinner. So
it's such a happy game.
Either
right.
Either we don't care and he's walking around inside, or he's kind of outside security, sort of looking for people that aren't supposed to be there.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Phantom would be outside.
Okay. So Phantom's going to be outside, and he's got what look to be wireless headphones banging his head like he's listening to music, but those are actually the way he communicates with the team. Okay. It just looks like he's a kid with a radio.
Okay, all right. Now is the wolf there, or is it summoned, or how does that work?
It can be summoned.
Well, I mean,
it. Know. So I'm looking at this picture, and it looks almost like maybe there's some woods kind of around it.
Yeah,
maybe sort of.
Yep.
Either he's out in the woods kind of prowling, or he's not summoned. He can summon for like an action, so it's not like he's ever really far away.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, so do you have some kind of like mental connection with the wolf, or is it?
He essentially made a pact with the demon wolf.
Oh, and this wolf is the demon wolf. Is that what we're talking about?
This wolf is the demon wolf.
Ah, okay.
Now, it may or may not be the actual Norse god Fenrir. He has no idea.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, all right. You're living on the edge. Okay, so all right. So then, Seismic, you said that. Are you mingling, having champagne with the other guests, or what?
No, I'm probably hovering slightly above, and just kind of like, he's a tech nerd scientist, so social situations like this are extremely awkward. So, in his superhero persona, which he's pretty much always in now, he's still. If people look at him, they're like, he's muscular and he's cool looking and everything. He's floating, but he's really like a nervous wreck on the inside. Okay, he's like, oh God, don't let the hot chick talk to me. Please don't talk to me. Yeah. But he's trying to give that air of, but I'm also looking around trying to do my job, because the way I took it is Lily said, you're here, to make sure no bad guys show up and take anything. So, that's kind of, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh my God, she's hot. Don't talk to me. Please don't talk to me. I'll drool on myself or something.
Okay. All right. So, Lily, how's she doing? What's she up to then?
Lily will stroll right in and walk up to the madam and say, darling, wonderful one, it is so fantabulous to be here. And she's gonna kind of smile and wave at her little GoPro. I'm so happy you invited me. I've always loved seeing your parties, and this is so gorgeous.
Okay. Okay, so you're hamming it up with her. Okay, that's fine. She's it up. Her cheeks are all rosy, and she adjusts her fur that she has on and embraces you, as you walk up, and she kind of like twirls you around and starts she puts her arm in yours, and starts kind of like leading you kind of like not on a tour, but she's just walking and just gushing about this annual event that she has every year, and how happy she is that everyone's here, and that the champagne got here on time, because that shipping is horrible this time of year, and this that so she's doing that as you guys kind of walk. Okay. And let me know if there's anything, all you guys basically. I'll keep trying to circle the table, so to speak, and you guys let me know if there's like anything else that may come to mind that you want to do, or you want to note or whatever. Okay.
Yes.
And then so Battlejack. So where are you, and what are you up to?
Well, I will be inside. I'm
Oh, you're going
trained.
in. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trained at positive social interaction, so
Okay.
a little small talk and a little mingling isn't beyond me.
Isn't above you. Yeah.
I still feel, a certain type of way because I'm not completely human. I feel a little bit aloof, but I'm able to still deal with people. So I'll make sure that I'm seen, and as a deterrent. It's obvious that you have a 6.5 foot cyborg that's star spangled.
Okay.
Obviously you're there for a specific reason. So
Okay.
I'll just kind of
All right.
look around and see if I see anything that might be off kilter. If I see anyone that you know twirling their evil mustache or anything like that.
All right.
You
So
know,
no trench coats and hats for you guys.
no.
Oh no,
Okay.
we're
Not
loud
me.
and upfront and in your
Okay.
face.
All right. Okay. You guys didn't read the super handbook, obviously. That's fine. Okay.
Look, Lily's ass is owned by Duracell.
That's
Everything
right.
she
Yeah.
does is
Uh-huh.
a fucking commercial for Duracell.
Okay. Okay.
A
All
fucking
right.
commercial, I'd like to point out, not just a
Yeah,
regular
not just a
commercial.
commercial, right? Right.
Just so everyone's
right.
aware.
Right.
She's shilling away.
So
Duracell, it's stronger and lasts longer.
wow.
Wow. I feel like I need a shower now. I feel dirty.
So, right. So you guys, just generally speaking, right, the guests are there, everyone's mingling around, and you guys hear like the constant clinking of champagne glasses. There are waiters or servers, I guess you call them, that are walking around with the big trays with the champagne glasses on them. And these folks are all like dressed up as like they're like in snowman costumes. And they're walking around refilling glasses and serving hors d'oeuvres and all that kind of stuff. Um, there's a I guess it would be, let's see here. I guess Seismic, you would probably see it first.
Okay.
You see these guys pull up in just like a U-Haul truck, little box truck.
Uh-huh.
And you see a couple of guys. They aren't dressed up as snowmen or anything. They just have on kind of like jeans and like baseball caps and like coats. And you see they put down like a little one metal ramps off the back of the truck, and they muscle this piece of machinery down to the ground off the back of the truck and kind of wheel it in position. And they're looking at it, and one guy's scratching his head, and they're talking to each other, and then they kind of, oh yeah, this is it. And the one guy hits a couple of switches and then pulls what do you call it, the choke or whatever, and you hear or you see like a big puff of like white smoke come out of the back of the machine, and then you can hear it start up, and you see it's got a big like tube on one side of it.
It's like a snow machine?
And it's a snow machine, yeah.
Because I was about to blast somebody.
Right, he kind of aims the tube up in the air and then hits another switch, and you see that it starts like pumping basically snow or particles, into the air, and they're trying to just basically get a snowy scene going here since Mother Nature doesn't seem to be cooperating.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see they're doing that.
Keep an eye on them, but also keeping an eye on the tree, making sure nobody gets too close to it, and just scanning the crowd, to make sure nobody looks, like Jim said, no mustaches and, top hats.
You do see, I would say, like, without going to extremes, you do see at least like maybe about 4 to 5 figures walking around in like suits, but you can see that all of them have on like dark shades, and they've got like the FBI or the CIA earpiece.
Yeah,
With
the
wire.
wrist mic.
Yeah, they've got that.
Are these the security guys?
Yeah, and those are the security guys.
Okay.
And you also notice that some of them have their pants like tucked into like military boots, and they're walking around, and you see that they are visibly kind of like scanning the crowd, but they're kind of like, they look pretty relaxed. They're kind of joking around. You see them kind of joking, and they're talking to each other and pointing out, oh, what's that guy got on, or wow, look at her, and all this other kind of stuff. But it's obviously that that's security. Okay,
AKA
so you do
the
see
mercs.
them. Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's really about it. You guys all noticed the beautiful tree sitting there, and perched on top of it is a huge stone that looks like it's about the size of a frisbee.
Holy!
And it's just like catching the light and just like refracting it and twinkling on its own, and it's just looks like it's almost like alive. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So Lily, you and the madam finish your impromptu tour around, walking around, and she brings you back to this small like stage area that's not too far away from the tree. And atop the stage is a like a quartet of guys that are playing like classical Christmas music, and kind of like dancing and traipsing amongst them, and all around is a figure with a violin, and that that is the performer known as Isaac Bowen. And you haven't really, he isn't what you would call to be an A. But you have kind of heard of him. You have kind of like seen him on a few different venues and everything, but he's far from being an A-lister. And to be honest, you're surprised that there isn't a bigger name here. But you see that he is like really like getting into it, and he like arching over and back, and just kind of like high kicking in between the other like performers there, and he's really so the madam kind of leaves you over by the stage, and she walks up, and she kind of arms Mr. Bowen out of the way, and he kind of gives her, what are you doing? You're interrupting me. And she kind of shushes the performers behind her, including the children's choir. And after a little bit of a kind of like a tussle and kind of like a little confusion, she somehow gets a microphone in her hand, and she clears her throat, and she's like, "Attention, everyone! Attention, attention!" And everybody kind of starts to gather in towards the stage area where she's at, and she just goes into a long, on-out speech about how this was an idea that came to her in the middle of the night, one Christmas Eve, when her beloved husband was still here with her, and how thanks to all of the millions of dollars of donations that she gets from her non-for-profit, that only this can be done, and she starts thanking a bunch of people and everything, so it's that usual spiel, um and then she turns to Lily and she kind of waves her hand at you, and she says and thanks to Lily for promoting this event on social media like she has, and along with her wonderful relationship that she has with Stark City Police Department's Inspector Gordon. And you see he was sitting in a chair. He has a glass of champagne there. He raises the glass of champagne to you, Lily, and raises it to the madam. And she says, in another moment or two, prepare for the lighting of the tree. And then she says that, and I will have my confidants walk around, and as we do every year, he will have the what do we want to call it, the Kris Kringle chest will be passed around, and she laughs and says, and please be generous like you always are, and she says, and then we will festivities like we always do throughout the night. And the last thing she said is, she says, thank you, Inspector Gordon, for being here and ensuring that we have a safe and discreet evening tonight. And he kind of just raises his glass to her again. Okay, so Lily, you get kind of shuffled over to the tree, and there's like a box that they give you that has like these like kind of like looks like crystal decorations on them, and they basically want you to basically just kind of like pose in front of the tree as you're, to make it look like you're putting the decorations on the tree, and they're gonna take like pictures and stuff. So you get to do that. Okay. Now, Phantom. Yes. You are on the outskirts of the estate, okay, or the country club, I should say. Okay.
Yes.
You notice that there appears to be another. Well, you didn't see that one, but I guess you did. You noticed earlier that the U-Haul box truck was coming in through the gates of the country club. Mm-hmm. And they have a little like a guard shack or guardhouse that's there, with the little gate that thing that raises up and down. Yeah.
Yep.
So you see that there's two other box trucks that are coming that way. Okay. And they stop there. They have a word or two with the guard. And then after a few moments, they are ushered the gate. Okay. But you hear a howl from Fenris in the distance.
All right, I will. Is there any way that I can anticipate where two box trucks are going to fit around this particular building?
Well, there's a back, there's a back entrance.
All right, that nature. Then I'm gonna go and see if I can find a place to conceal myself near that back entrance.
Okay.
And then radio the rest of the team that my shadow friend thinks that something's up.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So you can move that direction. As you're headed back towards that way, you get intercepted by one of the security guards that's there. Okay. And he kind of sneers at you from behind his dark shade, and he says, he's like, kid, aren't you a little young to be out this late?
I look at him and kind of size him up for a second, and I'll say, first off, I'm not a kid. Thank you. Second, what's late anyway?
Okay, he really does. He doesn't know how to respond to that. To say that, you know.
Are you my parent or something?
He shakes his head, and you can kind of hear the crackle of his radio. You know, like zone 1 clear. You know, you hear another guy zone 2 clear. You know, you hear like that, and he kind of shakes his head and turns and kind of walks away a little bit, putting more of his focus on what's going on the radio. All right,
yeah, I'll continue on.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you guys as a whole get a update from Phantom, kind of telling you that he thinks Fenris thinks that something's going on.
2 box trucks.
How do you guys want to react to it? I'll start like I did before. I'll start with Velocity.
Oh, hey, you guys want me to just go take a spin out there and see what I see?
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
and
Sounds like a good plan.
wouldn't Lily
Be
be
quick
like
about it.
our? Wouldn't Lily be our like default team leader since she's the charisma person?
Yeah,
Or is
she wants
that
to.
a reach?
If Lily wants to, sure.
Sure, I'll be the person of leading. Yeah. Velocity, why don't you go take a look? Just be quick about it.
I get it. I caught that.
But
yeah, he basically taps his heels and the soles of his shoes light up and
Okay.
takes off.
All right. Okay. All right. So what are you attempting to do then? Tell me.
Whatever direction Fenris indicated that the trucks seem to be in, if we have a sense of that.
You know that there's like a service road that leads up.
Okay. Yeah, if they're coming down the service road, basically I'll get myself over there and just hightail it. Probably not moving as fast as I can, but
you're not doing top speed, but you're clipping over there.
Right. Still moving at a very fast pace.
Okay. All right. So you guys see like a poof of kind of like white powder, fly up, and then you can kind of see as Velocity is moving, you see the powder kicking up off her heels and leaving like a white wake, coming back behind, down, going up the road. And as Velocity gets closer to the trucks, you see that there's 2 of them, and they just look like typical, the smaller style U-Haul box trucks, and you can see, even though it's evening now, but there's pretty much lights everywhere. You can see that there's like a couple of guys in the front of each vehicle. And like I said, they're headed towards the country club. But like I was saying, there's a service road. It's like they'll be heading towards like the back dock area, where all the basically, yeah. And they're not going super fast. They're going at a decent, but they're not gunning it.
Yeah, I think what I'd like to do is sort of pass them, come back directly behind the trailing one. Slow down so I don't run into it, and see if the back is closed and locked, or just closed.
Okay, all right, okay. So you of it around. You see that as you come around behind the truck in the rear, that truck the driver kind of taps his brakes a little bit and then continues on, and you adjust your speed a little bit, and you reach out and you can like jiggle the handle on the back of the truck, and you see that it appears to be unlocked. There's no padlock or anything on it.
All right. If I can, I'd like to get a look at what's inside.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm not spoiling someone's surprise. I guess if it's a legitimate party surprise, I guess I cannot say anything to whoever it seems to be for.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So let me at you as you kind of like wiggle the latch back there, and the door starts to rattle, rattle slowly up. It's not really
Mm-hmm.
easy because you're moving and the truck's moving, but you can get it open.
Mm-hmm.
Back to Phantom. So you are at the loading dock, and you can see the two trucks coming this towards you. They'll be there within a few minutes. They're not driving very fast, but you saw Velocity run out there. It's no secret to anybody. And you can see that Velocity's obviously kind of behind the rear truck. You also can see that the two men that are sitting in the driver and the passenger of the front truck, they are talking very excitedly at one another, and you can see that, how you can see how when someone's driving, they kind of lean forward and look to the side as if they're trying to look into the rear view mirror or the side view mirror to kind of see what's going on. You see they're doing that.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. So then back to Velocity then. Okay. So you open the door up, and before you get it open, you see many pairs of feet. There are people in there.
Oh. Okay.
So what
if
do
I
you do?
open it anymore, it's gonna spoil the surprise.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll open it up and say, "Oh, hey guys, what's up?"
Okay. All right. So the door flips all the way up with a bang, and you see all of these guys or turn towards you, and you see that it's more guys that are dressed in the like the Frosty the Snowman costumes,
Yeah.
Except you see that they're armed. Okay, and as they turn towards you and you kind of tell them that, you see that they bring their arm to bear, and looks like they're about to engage you.
Not cool, my dudes. And I'll sort of drop back, run to the side, and head back up the road.
Okay. Okay.
As I pass the lead truck, I holler out, "Beep beep!" And then over the radio, it's like, "Yeah, they got a bunch of armed Frosty the Snowman in the back truck. I assume lead truck is carrying the same." So lots of guns, lots of feet. More feet than guns, but lots of feet. Lots of guns. They're gonna. I think they're gonna attack. I don't think those just had bang flags in them.
Was it 3 trucks? Well, how many?
2 trucks.
2 trucks. Okay.
Did the lovely Madame introduce me to the leader of the mercenary group?
We can say that she did. Sure. Yep.
Excellent. I'm going to slide over and stand next to him and go, "Hey, handsome, I've got some information for you."
Okay.
All right.
Okay. He lowers his champagne glass down and raises an eyebrow and says, "Do tell."
"Frosty the Snowman's armed and dangerous. Loading dock. Please wait."
Okay. He's kind of like, he has to process that for a moment. And he turns and kind of looks behind him towards the service road where that road's going. And you guys can even see from where you are, box trucks coming this way. And he yells into his radio and then runs off to the side.
Yeah, Lily will blow a kiss in Velocity's direction and say, "Yeah, you're fixing to have helpers."
Okay.
Helpers.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So
Hey, Seismic, keep an eye on the tree. Make sure nobody
there you go.
makes off with anything while we're distracted.
You there, Seismic?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. You didn't. Okay, you didn't say that's a Roger. Got it.
Oh,
Okay.
he blushes a little bit, and I'm gonna actually hover up above the tree and like looking down so I can see everything. And I don't know if anybody, I assume Battlejack has some ranged attack, but I don't know if anybody else does. So if Lily doesn't say anything, I'm not gonna zap the trucks. But be aware, Lily, that my power is gravity manipulation, and I can stop those trucks if you want me to.
So outside the building.
Can you do it from inside?
What do you mean from inside? I'm floating above the Christmas tree.
But isn't the Christmas tree inside the building? Or did I miss that it was actually outside the building?
Oh, it's outside. It's
Yeah,
out here.
it's outside.
Next to the
Okay.
stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah. Put the brakes on it.
Okay, I will zap the front truck right in the engine.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. Okay.
So yeah, I float up, put my hands together like I'm clapping, and point towards
Cool.
the truck, and bzz, you just see this
Okay.
black beam, shoot out, and
Okay. For you to do that is not. I'm not gonna. They're not driving. They couldn't drive that fast in freaking U-Hauls anyway, or do a lot of maneuvering in those things. So, but what are you? Are you just attempting to stop it in its tracks? What are you trying to actually do? And that might require a roll.
I'm gonna just basically use my gravity manipulation to make the engine fall out of the front truck, which hopefully will stop the back truck as well.
Okay. Yes. Then we will have you roll.
Okay.
Make sure that you don't just destroy the whole truck as a whole or whatever.
Remember, new hero, no guarantees.
Right. No guarantees.
All right.
Right.
So I don't think in this power, actually, because of the way Jim, and a big shout out to Jim for everybody listening. He helped me make my character today after work. So I think I'm just rolling, right? There you go, 10.
Okay. All right. Okay. So difficulty 5. Okay. All right. So how do you
Yeah, so I'm hovering above the tree. I kind of bring my hands together in this very heroic looking pose, and I go, "Trucky gonna stop!" Zap, and then if like the driver and those guys would feel like literally the weight of the world come down. It doesn't affect them because I'm not aiming at them. I'm aiming at the engine. So and it does 10 points of damage to the engine.
All right. Well, you basically cause the engine basically rip it out of the chassis of the truck, and it tumbles off to the side, and like oil sprays all over the place, and you see smoke all over, and the driver is barely able to regain some or keep some kind of control over the truck, and he kind of basically slides to a halt. And the other truck weaves around it and is continuing on towards the loading dock.
Well, I did my part. Okay. Somebody else's job now.
Okay.
Because you get you get one movement, one action, right?
Yeah, we didn't roll initiative.
Right.
Kind of just a preamble to that.
Right.
So I would say then.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm done. I wasn't asking to do more. I was just
no. I'm just. I just want to give everybody a chance.
Yeah, that's why I zapped it, and I know Velocity should be close by, and Battlejack hopefully is close.
Well, yeah, I know. Well, we know what Velocity did. Phantom was still kind of making his way toward. So he's there. So is there anything you see that the other box truck is still coming this way? So is there anything you want to do?
So, when we hear that there's snowmen with guns, Phantom's going to call Fenrir to his side and kind of crouch down and pet his head.
Okay.
Are you hungry, boy?
Okay.
Oh my gosh. This
Okay.
is a
Well,
dark
See
group.
that box?
only you know
Dinner's
the answer
inside
to that. Okay. All right. So what do you do?
So he vanishes in a puff of smoke.
Okay.
And jumps inside the box truck.
Okay, and you're still at the loading dock?
And I'm still at the loading dock.
Okay. All right. Okay. So then is he actually attacking the men that are inside the truck?
He will be as soon as it's an opportunity.
It's an opportunity too. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. You are where?
Your audio cut out. Who are you asking?
Mind it, Jim Battlejack.
Oh,
sorry.
I'm still by the tree, and
okay.
I'm looking around to make sure that no one's taking this as an opportunity, as a distraction, for example, to make a move. I'm kind of looking at the security commandant with a leery eye, because I know what kind of guy he is.
Oh, Diggle.
Chances are that he's behind this too. So I'm just kind of scanning the people, seeing their reaction, seeing if anyone is trying to take gear up to do anything.
Okay, so here, being that basically you and Lily are front there more or less, and Lily's the one that's closest right now. You guys notice that, well, Jim Battlejack notices that Diggle, he just kind of had a few words with Lily, and his reaction, whatever was exchanged between the two of them, he's kind of springing into action. So you see he's on his communicator, barking orders to his men, and you see some of the few security guys, the mercs that are there. You see that they basically turn their like sport coats or whatever inside out, and you see that they're actually armored jackets, and you see that they had like shoulder slung weapons they were wearing, inside of their jackets. So they bring those to bear, and you see they're starting to do the the soldier kind of bent over fast walk, towards the service area in the back with their weapons kind of like aimed and ready. Okay. You see that the guests are kind of looking around, kind of not, they don't know what to make of this yet. They don't know if it's some kind of like show or something, or is this a real emergency, or what's going on? Whether it's just them being naive to the ways of the world, or too much champagne, you don't know. But there's no widespread panic yet. What I will do is, I am not really sure how Cypher does it, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have you make an intellect check. Okay. And basically it's gonna be kind of like a notice
What are
roll.
you trying to do?
Notice.
Perception.
Perception. Yeah.
Cypher system does have perception, and you can be trained in it. But if you're not trained, then it's just an intellectual.
Aha. Okay, so I did it right then. Okay.
Yep.
You did it right. I might have played Cypher a little bit.
It sounds like it. Yeah.
Is this everyone or?
No, just you. I'm sorry, Battlejack.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, I wasn't clear.
All right. Difficulty 5.
Okay. All right. You notice that one of the Frosty the Snowman that's walking around in here, that's been serving champagne and hors d'oeuvres to everyone. You notice that this one guy in particular seems to have a suspicious looking bulge under his costume, right around the waist.
Okay. And how far away from me is he?
I mean, he's within reach, so to speak.
Okay. I'll reach out and grab him and sort of lift him from his feet.
Oh wow. Okay.
Not violently, but
what other way is there? Oh, okay. All right, okay. And he yells out, "Hey, what are you doing?" Starts kind of screaming, not nice words at you.
I'll reach for the bulge.
Okay. And
the gun bulge. The gun bulge.
And he's a Chippendale dancer, side
jump. Right. And yes,
clarification.
Right. He is he's got some steel there.
Okay, I'll say what's
in
this?
more ways than one.
I guess basically what you would have to do is kind of like pull or tear, you'd have to open the costume back, so you can kind of get at it and get to the gun. And he isn't giving you a particular answer. He's just kind of squirming, trying to get away, and demanding that you, let me down, freak.
All right, I'll toss him down as I step on the weapon and kind of crunch it up.
Okay, wow, yeah, yes, you can do that. Yes, you can do that. Lily, you've noticed, whether it's irritating to you or not, but you've noticed that in the midst of all this kind of escalating kind of chaos, you notice that Mr. Bowen, the violin virtuoso there, you notice that he's begun to start playing his violin up there and kind of dancing around and twirling and kind of moving in this kind of like wild man kind of way. You don't know if that's like kind of part of his act, or is he drunk, or does he have like termites in his pants, or what's going on with him? But he's like doing some kind of really like wild leaping and spinning and pirouettes and everything on stage. And you notice that with a screech, he actually bumps into the Madam Duckworth and knocks her off the stage, and she lands in a pile atop some of the other people that were sitting close to the stage, and they all kind of go down in a big heap.
Okay.
Okay.
Does the madam look injured?
You can't tell. You just and screams, and you see limbs moving around.
All right. Lily's going to tap her earpiece and say, "Battlejack, Battlejack, keep an eye on the tree. I'm going to go deal with our violinist virtuoso because he's fucking it up big time."
Copy that.
And she's going to bound over to the stage and then just kind of hip check him off.
Okay, all right. So now we're going to roll for...
Brought to you by Duracell.
Right. Brought to you by Duracell. Okay. All right. So we can do an initiative check. And what we'll do is we will just use, I guess, since he's like the main contender right now, I guess we'll just use him as our initiative. I don't know what to call it.
Check.
I can't think of the word, but yeah, we'll go against him for initiative.
Yeah, well, everything's based on level times 3, right? So he's a level 3 bad guy.
Yeah.
Then we're looking for a target number. Is initiative? Does initiative work that way, or is it just a straight D20 roll and speed?
It is a D20. It is a speed check, but you can be trained in it.
Right. Yeah, because I am.
You got
right?
Your active skill. Yeah. So you can roll.
All right. So it's NPC level, if it's a player versus an NPC, it's going to be player's roll versus NPC times 3.
Right.
If he's 3, then it's a 15, and that's my target number.
Right.
If he's 2, then it's a 10, and that's my target number. So what is my target number?
You have to roll. It'll tell you what difficulty you're going to beat when you roll.
So Foundry's figuring it all out, in other words.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, is everybody rolling initiative, or is it just...
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Everybody roll. Yeah.
Gotcha. That's where we got confused.
I'm sorry. Yeah, see. Okay. It's down.
Oh.
Yeah, no. Okay.
Someone rolled well.
Yeah.
Seismic rolled
So
well.
seismic's good.
Ooh, of course, velocity.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
All right. So David, for everybody that's watching and me, and I think Cosmic as well, explain to us what in the chat there, like where Velocity's role is. Explain to us what's happening.
Scroll back down. So do you see where it says ease at the last line? Missionary by 3 steps, difficulty of 5. So that means that it basically beat a difficulty if the target number was 15. Okay, wow. Like what we were saying before, So I can either be kind of sly about it and not say exactly what the difficulty is to you guys, so you guys don't have an exact idea of what the opposition is, but that if I tell you that Velocity beat the initiative against whatever villain that we're going up against, that the villain's less than or
by whatever he beat
level 3 or less.
Right.
Yeah. Or
at least a level 5
or
less.
5 less. I'm sorry. Yeah. Level 5 or less.
Or the villain's initiative is
hey,
low.
Guys,
Yeah,
I'll be right
effective.
back. I need to go check on Dad.
Okay, no problem.
Lily will just be doing fantabulous whatever she does.
Okay.
Fabulous. I thought it was sensational.
It's either or. But remember, it's brought to you by Duracell.
Yeah. So
you could have someone that's like a brick, and they may be
that's just
level
slow.
7.
Yeah.
But his initiative and his speed
is hindered or something
stuff like that is at level 5.
Yeah. So that's just more or less a rough, a rough indicator.
Right.
There's things that affect that. Just like you guys, well, you can't really go by, certain things because you guys have different abilities and stuff that affects your initiative. So,
and the reason I bring that up is because the Cypher system, this is another one of those games where the GM, David, doesn't roll any dice.
Right.
This is a diceless game for the GM. The players are rolling their defense versus whatever the level of the attacker is, but then we're rolling our attack versus whatever the level of the creature is, and it's multiplied by 3. There's various mechanics that change things according to what I read and what Jim was telling me.
Right.
But yeah, so just for clarification, because some people may not know how to I know just the bare basics of Cypher. I got the book physically in my hand today at 3:00. So,
And, another thing too is that, there's really no problem with the GM giving the level, but it does sort of create that behind the curtain thing. If you can kind of the level of the villain, and Foundry does a great job at calculating everything that needs to be done so that it spits out, you beat a difficulty of X.
Right.
And you can just say, yes, you were successful. No, you were not successful, et cetera. And then kind of keep you guessing, as opposed to David just saying, well,
level 3.
Guys, level 3.
Yeah. And so the player doesn't know exactly what he's aiming for, but he knows he either hit definitively or he missed definitively.
Yeah.
So I like that because you're you're keeping that mystique to yourself, and we have to kind of work for it, because this is, for all intents and purposes, a very narrative based game. You want to put the inflection and the intention behind these dice rolls so that they do, they paint a picture of what you're trying to do.
And so, you guys will know eventually.
Yeah. It's already coming together quite well.
Yeah.
And that informative.
I'm sorry, if the guy's like level 1, and David says, well, he's level 1. Well, now you're like, well, okay.
Yeah. Whoop-de-doo. Yeah.
Effort. I don't need to. I could ignore him basically because there's no.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, this is just helps the suspension of belief, so to speak. So I so far so good, man. I dig it. So me and Phantom are super fast is, I guess, what it boils down to. Or me and Velocity. I'm sorry.
Velocity, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just like to point out, Speedster, that I beat you.
I was like halfway down the road.
Seismic would see that the Virtuoso up on stage. You kind of like rub your eyes because you see you see that he is like madly playing his violin, and hold on one second.
He crazy. That's basically all you got to say.
Yeah,
he cray.
And yeah, right. And you see that as he is like playing his violin faster, maniacally, and bounding around and everything, you see that it almost appears as though there's some type of like nimbus or something or shroud of like, you don't know if it's energy or what, but kind of like starts to form around him, and you can kind of like start to see waves of energy start projecting from his violin and starting to like waft out over the crowd, almost like almost like a mist or fog or something starts going out over the crowd. So, and as it goes out over the crowd, let me just say this, then I'll let you guys go. You see that people begin to turn towards him, and they drop whatever they have in their hand. Ground plates, forks drop to the ground. Purses that were clutched bags, drop to the ground, and they all begin to face the stage and shuffle towards him.
Okay. All right. So we have a movement and we have an action, right? That's basically what we get. Mm-hmm. So can I don't know how exactly, because I'm hovering above the tree.
Well, just do it this way. Just what do you want?
So I'm going to stick, I'm hovering up there, Dr. Manhattan style, if you saw the Watchmen movie, and I just put my hand out with my fingers sprayed, like I'm high-fiving them almost, and then my hand kind of glows that shimmery black, and then the violin starts to go black, and I'm going to have gravity just drop it to the ground. He can't hold it.
Okay. All right. So what is that something that is part of your?
That's an ability. Weighty.
Weighty.
Yeah. Okay. Controls gravity, and I think I'd like to put an extra. So I don't know how this works. So you can explain it to me. Right now, it's a free power for me. It doesn't cost me anything because my edge of 1. Can I boost that if I want to make it more powerful? Because I don't know how. This guy's obviously some sort of super, or it's tech or something, but either way, that ain't natural. So I want to put a stop to it right now. And it appears that the violin is the source of it. So I want to, make him drop. Yeah, I want to make the violin so heavy that it just falls out of his hands and sinks into the ground.
Okay. Let's see here. Let me see.
So extra F.
Well, effort
you want me
into
to help
it.
Him?
You're back?
Yes, I'm back.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's no problem.
All right. So what you're doing, I believe that ability is an intellect one?
Yes.
All right. So when you hit that ability, I'm not used to Foundry. Hang on.
A window will open up. And it'll give you some options.
You hit that, and you'll see at the top there's basic modifiers. So you've got your pool, and then your skill level. You're going to move the skill level to trained because it's an ability that you have. And then see where it says effort to ease task.
Yep.
Effort for other uses. What you're going to use is, since you're trying to make it to where you're easing the task. So, okay, for this part, Cypher's kind of backwards. And it basically, your effort to ease the task is making it to where the lower the number you roll, it still beats a higher difficulty. So like when you look at velocity, see how it says eased by 3 steps beats difficulty 5. So you ease the task and it'll beat a higher difficulty level.
Right, because the task is like this arbitrarily 5, so 3 times 5 is 15. I could make it a 4. Right. And then if I roll anything above a 12, I beat it.
Yeah, so, but since you're only tier 1, you can only do it an effort of 1.
Right.
Right. Yep, that's the most he can do right
now.
So
ease the task is going to be level 1 level?
Yes, 1 level.
All right.
And that'll deduct the points automatically from your.
Okay, so then do I click pay or do I click roll?
No. You just want to roll.
Okay, so I roll. Oh. Looks like
There you go. You are so when you look at it, your skill level is trained, your assets are 0. You dropped a level to ease the task. So your task is eased by 1 additional step. It costs you 1 intellect point. So it costs you a total of 3.
Yep.
Instead of 4. And then so you beat a difficulty 7.
And if you look, your intellect is at 13 now.
Right.
So it did count it. Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
So so you see my hand. I point it out and I say, "Your music is atrocious. Stop." And then the violin just becomes, it weighs 2 tons and falls. Hopefully, I guess he has to resist it, or he doesn't resist now. It would be based on his level and depending on my roll.
You did it.
Okay,
you did it because it tells you beat a difficulty of 7, and that's more.
Yeah, but we don't know what the difficulty is, so.
Well, you rolled well enough to beat whatever you.
A difficulty of 7. So 3 times 7 would be 21, right?
Oh yeah.
Is that correct?
You're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, he yelps, and you see he tries to basically kind of like put his body up under the violin, but it's like it's made out of solid lead now.
Yeah.
And it actually falls through the stage.
Nice.
and goes into the ground underneath. And you see he falls to his knees and
does his power turn off?
Yeah, it stops.
Oh,
yeah,
excellent.
Everything stops. Yeah.
And then I'll say into my headset that it appears we have multiple assailants. And I'll say the violin player in the band or whatever, the virtuoso.
Okay. All right. Okay. What? I guess Velocity next. Where are you at now, Velocity?
I was probably at least partway back to the party.
Okay, you're coming back to the viewing area, kind of where the stage is. Okay.
How loud was the engine falling out?
It was loud. It's very loud, and the crunch of the truck sliding to a halt was loud. The squealing tires of the other truck avoiding the wreckage was loud. So yeah, definitely.
All right. Thinking, was there? Probably don't want to use anything off the tree. There was food. Were there like things that people would eat with a fork?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have to get super specific, but yeah, there's hors d'oeuvres. There's whatever. Yeah, whatever would be at a dinner party or whatever.
I want to run back to where the silverware was at.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to grab 2 utensils and zip back to the truck.
Yeah.
Ideally, since the back truck is still moving, I want to go to that one first. and basically where you'd put a padlock in to
you wanna?
lock it.
I
I want to
gotcha.
go back there and jam like a fork or spoon, whatever I grab,
I gotcha.
into that.
Okay.
And then once
Okay.
I do that, plan is to go do the same to the other one where they're stopped.
Okay. All right. So what I'll do then, what I'll do is I will have you make your make a running
Okay.
test, and what I'll do is basically what you're gonna do is you're just gonna try to come all the way back, grab the utensils, and run back and try to do what you want to do before these guys come to a stop at the loading dock and raise the back up and start to hop out for action. Okay, so you're basically just trying to. It's not really an initiative. It's more just see if you can just get over there before they do. Yeah. So, and you probably it's up to you if you want to use effort or not.
I'd really prefer that they don't get out of the van, so I'll go ahead and use effort.
Okay. All right.
Okay. And
so you want to see.
Huh.
Okay, so ease by 4 steps. You roll pretty low, but you beat a difficulty of 4. So actually, you didn't quite make it over there. So as you have the forks in hand and you're running back towards the service area, you see that the door is open, and you see that the thug guys are starting to hop out. So you didn't quite make it.
So also remember that you can spend XP.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, everybody's got 1 experience. So if you want to, you can do that.
And that gives you a reroll, basically?
Right.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that you can do with the XP.
Oh,
yeah, I'm sorry.
Reroll.
Yeah.
Cosmic reroll that shit,
like,
bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
Use the fate points.
There you go.
There you go. There you go. Easily done then. Okay, so you stop, and maybe I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth, but maybe Phantom, you kind of can see Phantom like further in the load dock area watching them as they pull up. And that reminds me, I forgot. I'm sorry. You as you're running, I can't remember. Was Fenris attacking via that Seismic ripped the engine out of? I can't remember.
No, Fenris is attacking the one in the back.
Okay, that's the one that's the one that swerved. So
yeah, he's in the box truck in the back that is now closed and dark.
So
and locked.
And
now
they're
it's
in there
locked.
with a demon wolf.
So
with a demon
Velocity as you come up, you hear yells and screams coming from the truck, and as you jam the silverware, in the release lever, you can like hear and see that someone on the inside is trying to raise the door up, but they can't do it. Okay, and you hear just like I said, screams and yells
over the comm link. You hear
some gunfire.
Y'all aren't gonna want to look at that when they're done. Just throwing that out there.
Just throwing it out there. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see here.
I probably squirm a little bit, Jam, or maybe after I've locked it, squirm a little bit. But then before heading off to lock up the other truck.
Okay, you can do the same thing. Okay.
As I'm going to the other one, I'm going to say, "Crime doesn't pay."
Okay. All right. Okay.
Probably no one alive in there to hear me.
Right. Okay. So let's see. Okay. All right. So then is Phantom going to just stand there and kind of wait for Fenris to finish doing whatever he's doing on his own time, or do you kind of like actually command him, or how does that work?
So the way I envision it, I make suggestions.
Okay. Okay. Now, does the rest of does every I think we kind of mentioned it before, but everyone else kind of know that Phantom doesn't have an issue with kind of letting Fenris more or less do or solve how do I put this? Solve issue using his own discretion?
Yes, Lily is very much of the attitude. If the wolf's eating somebody else, it's not eating me.
Yeah, and Seismic is like, have you seen that thing? I'm not telling it can't do something.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
And to be fair, Phantom doesn't suggest that Fenrir goes around eating random innocent people. It's always criminals. Always.
But the Honorable Battlejack probably would not be able to abide by that because criminals have rights in this country as well. And the right to not be eaten is probably pretty high.
I defy you to show me that in a law anywhere.
That's being eaten is a horrible Fourth Amendment
right. Okay. All right. So okay. You guys see that the virtuoso is like squirming. He's got his arm down in the hole that's in the stage right now, and it looks like he's having no luck at all trying to recover his violin. The security team kind of runs towards the back of the loading dock area and like kind of stops and is kind of like standing there kind of in half amazement or half disbelief, looking at pretty much the short work you guys made of those guys. Is Battlejack after he crushed the Frosty's weapon, what else was he gonna do?
Well, he's standing with the crowd and shaking his head because he would have been one of the ones that kind of gotten taken over by the.
Well, yeah, that was, yeah.
So he kind of shakes his head and he's looking at the violinist, and I'll move towards him before he can start to play again.
Okay. He sees that you're, this stoic figure coming towards him, and with a yelp, he kind of gets up and he puts his hands up, in front of him, and like commands or firmly asks that you keep away from him, and he kind of shakes his head and says, "Oh, idea, this wasn't supposed to happen this way," that kind of stuff. And you hear the audible, I guess, click of, I guess, like, safeties being released off of weapons behind you. Battlejack does. And then before I also forget, Seismic, you're still hovering up above, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. You see that multiple of the Frosty the Snowman that were serving drinks and everything here, you see that, or you saw that Battlejack actually grabbed one of those guys and looks like he disarmed him. But as his attention turned towards the virtuoso at the stage, you see that there's a handful of other Frosty that have pulled guns out and that are walking towards him.
I'm like, velocity, we need you quick, snowman in the group, bad.
All right. Where's Lily at now? She's still over by the tree, or?
When you had us roll initiative, I had said that Lily was on the stage. So.
Okay, so she's on the stage. Okay, so that's right, because you were gonna hip check the virtue.
Yeah, and then you had us roll initiative.
So okay, so he's already kind of like rattled and all, disheveled and everything. So when Lily jumped up there to I guess he was already disarmed because of velocity. You basically can knock him to to the ground or to his knees on the stage, and between you, kind of like standing over him, and Battlejack walking towards him, he seems to be not in any kind of mood to show any kind of resistance. So, what do you want to do with it? I'll do that first.
Well, if he's kind of frozen and scared of Battlejack, I'm gonna drop a briefcase next to me and step on it and start getting in my powered armor.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
What?
I told you, Iron Man it up.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So as you activate your briefcase, you see out of the corner of your eye the frosties that are kind of beginning to converge on you guys. So, all right. So
Wait,
you can...
No. I'm not there. It's
What?
always the cool part. It's always the cool part.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing is that's my action is to get in my suit.
Okay, no problem at all. Okay. And it probably only takes an action to do it.
Yeah, credit where credit is due. Seismic disarmed the virtuoso guy.
Yeah. It only takes a little action to do that, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, all right, cool. Okay.
Getting into the suit requires an action.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Okay, so let me go and so Velocity, you're still around the back there with Phantom. I don't think anybody was really babbling too much over the radio at this moment. So are you guys gonna stay back there, or are you guys gonna come back out front, or what do you want
to Seismic said that we had company in the ballroom.
Okay. All right. So you guys did hear Seismic over the radio say that Frosty had guns, and he yelled at Velocity to come. He did do that. So you did hear that over the radio, Velocity.
Yep.
So are you going to zip around this way, or what do you want to do?
Is it my action?
Yeah, I'm being pretty loose with this because there's a lot of going on. So
well, Velocity would have a question on it. It's like, but the other van isn't locked yet, guys. It's like we could have more snowmen from back there. Unless that's not they didn't have snowmen there.
I thought you locked both vans though. You were super fast.
He was going to. Yeah, he was going to go to the next one.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget you've got the dudes that are kind of standing around with the thumbs up their asses. So if you lock it, then they're not going to have to do it. They're not going to have anything to do. And if somebody's going to get shot at, I'd rather them get shot at than us. Just, drop it.
That is a sign of a true leader right there. And that's why this combat is brought to you by Duracell.
Right.
These superhero shenanigans brought to you by Duracell.
I got your back, Lily.
And Velocity, when it's his action, he'd turn around and probably go back in and see if he could deal with the snowman or as many snowmen as he can.
Okay, all right, no problem. Okay. All right, okay. And I would guess that Fenris is probably done. He's made easy pickings of these guys that are packed into this box truck.
Okay. So at that point, he'll jump back out next to Phantom, who will pet him and say, good boy. And he'll probably go back to the shadow. And at that point, Phantom will probably have scared the crap out of the mercenaries that were kind of right back at the docks there where he was. Mm-hmm. This shadow wolf appears out of nowhere with blood dripping from its mouth. And so he'll walk past him, and as he walks past him, he'll say, "You can have the ones in the first truck." And he'll go inside to help.
Okay. To help? Okay. Alrighty. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So So Battlejack, you hear these. You hear Seismic yell over the radio, and you can hear the other snowman coming up from behind you. Okay, and also you hear some arms fire coming from the distance as well.
Okay, so as I turn, do I see? Are they? Do they have me downrange? Are they aiming at me?
Yeah, they're aiming at you. Yes.
All right, I'll point a finger at them.
Mm-hmm.
Your move, creeps.
All right. Okay. All right. Since I had everyone initiative already, we'll keep that. Okay. Just when we get things going, and then also I'll just let me just kind of lay this out for you guys. So right now, the only active opponents that you guys have are the Frosty the Snowman guys right now. You guys can hear that there's like other like arms fire coming from somewhere else on the grounds of the country club. And you guys can see that the guests that are here now are now in a state of like panic. So there's people running or starting to run to and fro. Some of them are trying to get inside the country club. Other people you see are actually find somewhere to hide or get away from all of the chaos that's going on. And then you guys see or can hear, I guess, and see Madam Duckworth. She's back on top of the stage with the microphone, and she's trying to command everyone to calm down and everything will be okay. And there's creme brulee that she got imported that they'll bring out for everyone, and misunderstanding and everything like that. So they don't put their weapons down, Jim.
Okay,
they keep them up.
My intent is to close whatever distance and begin to subdue them.
Okay. All right. Let's see here.
Physically.
Yeah, well, not mentally, physically.
I think if you grab the first one, by the shoulder, and you just rip his head right off, that will probably incentivize the rest to lay down their firearms. I think. I'm just tossing that out there.
Yeah.
If you were left civil, I would say using one of them as a weapon might also be good for intimidation.
Right. Yeah, right.
We're going to go clubbing, boys.
See, it's that star-spangled Captain America, Dudley Do-Right type of thing.
Dudley Do-Right.
It's hard to break.
Look at him in his battle suit and go, that is the ass of America.
Oh, God. You remember that, huh? Okay.
Yeah. I saw the clip the other day. It was funny.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so Battlejack was pretty much at the bottom of... Go ahead, and then we'll come back around.
So can I make an attack?
Yes, you can do what you would like to do, yes.
All right, so I'll move in, and I'll...
So they bring their weapons to bear, and you see their finger as you come in. You see their finger beginning to squeeze on the trigger.
Okay, I'll begin my little capoeira kicks and oddly agile for a cyborg.
Mm-hmm.
They're not
and here we go.
With right now.
Oh, he's so cute.
Sorry.
Hey, it's all right. I'm not recording. You are.
Okay.
He's so cute.
Be difficulty 5. Yeah.
Get a difficulty 5. So
now let me ask you something, because I don't know.
Sure.
If you wanted to, if say there are, let's say there are multiple targets in the same area, would you be able to do a stunt or whatever to possibly affect more than one target?
Yeah, probably that would have to be some type of power stunt.
Right? Okay. That's what I figured. Okay. All right. But you just went after this guy. Okay. So what are you doing to him?
14.
No, not damage. I mean, what are you you doing?
Oh,
Sorry.
I kick him to the side. Well, I kick one of them to the side of his head and have him go sliding back outside to the ice. And
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Okay. So we kind of get a view of him doing just that. He's kind of sliding, and he leaves like a furrow in the snow as he kind of like bumps up into the legs of one of the other frosty thugs that was coming up behind, and he kind of looks down at him, and then he looks up at you.
I'll strike the Black Widow pose, you know,
Wow. Okay.
and like do a fake hair toss.
Okay.
Never ever do that again.
And you were worried about the bunny acting up.
All right, you know, okay. All right. Well, yeah, he's okay. So you definitely.
How many of them are there?
There's like 4 more.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So then seismic.
Well, again, this is my infamiliarity with the system.
That's all right.
But if I'm holding the gravity on that violin, is that guy out of commission? Did Lily kind of take him out?
Now, my understanding was that you pretty much did an attack on his violin specifically, and basically knocked it out of his hands, which you did.
I did the weighty maneuver, which made it like weigh a ton, and it just fell through the stage. But do I have to maintain that? Though, right. Yeah, that's what I'm asking. I have to maintain that, right? I guess my question is he appear to be incapacitated, or
I don't. Well,
what am I seeing? I guess would be my.
I don't think that you have the ability to maintain that, right? I think you just knocked it out of his hands. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, well, to keep the gravity effect in, I believe I have to maintain it. Right. I think it only lasts for a scene or something, like a minute. Well, a minute. I think. Well, I don't know. I wish I would have wrote page numbers here. I'm learning the system.
Action. It's
just the one action, right?
It's one action. Yeah. So I would have to spend another action to maintain the the gravity.
You'd have to keep doing it. You'd have to keep doing it over and over.
But if you do that, you have to spend the points, right?
I don't know if you can do that with that power yet. I'm not sure.
But there's also the fact that it went through the
Oh, it went through the stage, right. So he can't
because
get
you
to
rolled
it
so well.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess in this case, surveying the scene from above the Christmas tree, yes. I can let that power. Well, I've used that power, so now I have my action back.
Yes.
Is any of these snowball guys with machine guns look like they're like pointing their weapons at like the civilians or anything?
No, it looks like their attention is all on Battlejack right now.
All right. So
screw that guy. Don't worry about it.
No. I mean, the way Battlejack or Jim helped me build this character, my combat blast is basically for free. If I don't raise it. So I think what I'll do is I'll point to one of the other guys, and I'll just I hold my hand out. As I'm floating up above the tree majestically, all chest puffed out, looking super awesome, like Iron Man, only without a suit. And I'll zap one of the snowman to drop him.
Okay, all right, no problem.
So I just roll the attack, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not adjusting it, or I'm just doing a straight roll.
You're just doing a straight roll? Okay.
Oh my goodness, that's not good for him.
Impressive.
Wow. Okay. All right.
I'm like, he's not heavy. He's dead. Sorry.
What exactly?
So again, I
knock him down, or
I put my hand out, and this black beam that's kind of fuzzy with these waves of force, and it hits him, and you see like the snowman outfit just starts to crumple in. And where there was a man standing there, I'm assuming now there's just this pile of goo.
Well, that's the thing. Okay, so we need to do a time.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Because I rolled a 19, so
no. Yeah, that's fine. But just because you rolled a 19 doesn't mean that you automatically kill someone.
Right. So I guess I can do. Well, that's the thing. It's either a physical or a mental attack. The mental attack does less damage, but
you can still do a physical attack, but you just knock them out.
Yeah, I'll knock him out. I don't want to kill anybody.
You push him, into into the trees. You know, do it.
So there are specific minor and major effects.
And he rolled a 19, yeah.
So he rolls for a minor effect, right?
Right.
You can either do 3 additional points of damage.
Yep.
Or you can choose to create a minor effect.
Right.
Damage object, distract, knock back.
Oh, you know what? There, you got. Thanks, Josh. That's perfect. I will aim at his machine gun or whatever, the pistol, whatever he has, and I'll literally I hit it with so much force it just disintegrates it.
There you go. And all I'm really trying to say is that there are many other options blowing people's heads off. That's what I'm getting at.
Yes.
That's all I'm
right. Yeah, I didn't want to kill anybody, but I just thought, oh my God, I rolled a 19 with a plus. I'm already doing, so that's 13 points of damage. Yeah, I read the damage thing in Cypher, and I'm like, it goes off your attributes. That dude is smoked.
Yeah.
Nah. Killing people is my shtick.
Yeah, right, exactly. I don't want to do that. No.
So you turn his gun to just dust.
Yeah, just literally,
and just as added effect, he goes head over heels.
Right.
Off
yeah.
to the side.
There's probably some sort of concussive force, as the matter just displaces.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I'll say into my headset, guns don't kill people. I do.
Nice. Okay. All right, that works. All right, so
velocity I'll keep hovering.
Okay. All right. So velocity, you're up now.
All right. Velocity basically wants to go running through and start trying to take people's guns away.
Oh,
I'm not
awesome!
sure if it's something I can actually do, but I want to. Guns are dangerous. Let's get rid of those.
Okay.
And get through and try grabbing guns away from the bad guys, not like the mercenaries. Unless they start pointing
really
guns at people that they shouldn't be.
No, most of them were in the back service area, trying to figure out why there's just like all of this viscera and goo coming from one of the trucks, and trying to calm down some of the service personnel that wandered out there on the back dock area and kind of saw what transpired, or heard what transpired. So I would say yes, you can do that, and you can just go. You can just target one guy at a time and just snatch the guns out of their hands. So, and how do you want to do that?
Basically, I just want to speed past them as they're doing their shooty thing and just yoink it away.
Okay.
I hope I don't get fingers. Yeah.
So let me. Well, you're snatching something out of their hands, so I don't know if that will be considered to be like. I would probably say it's probably just a speed check on your behalf.
Okay.
Because it's not you're not trying to outpace anybody, so it's not like it's a running move. You do have jumping and balancing, but that really doesn't apply. So I would say, since it's just you snatching something out of someone's hand, it could be your choice. It could either be, I would say, might or speed, but since speed seems to be your thing, I would say it's a speed check.
So speed, and I get my
so when you roll your speed
on that, right?
Huh?
Would my accuracy, or is that only if I go up and try to punch someone?
Let's see. That's a good question, actually. Let me see. And actually, I was going to say we may be able to see if that would actually apply. Here. So I know you can. That I would say probably just. I would say probably for now, just go ahead and use speed with your effort.
Okay.
If you want to do that, yeah.
Oh, that didn't do much.
So beats difficulty of 2. So so I would say as you're through the crowd and trying to hone in and disarm some of these guys, I would say that you feel as though for some reason your limbs seem to be getting heavier, and you can actually feel that the air around you seems to be getting much more cold and much more dense. So that seems to be affecting you.
Okay.
All right. So Phantom is up next, and then Lily.
All right. Phantom is going to use a combination of phase sprint and disrupting touch.
Okay.
So I'm essentially turning phase sprint into a melee attack. Now the question I have is, how many of these guys are there still?
There were 3. There were 3 of the snowmen that were left that were standing kind of that Battlejack is facing, I guess, because he already disabled. Actually, that's not right. There's 2 that are left because Battlejack disabled one and Seismic disabled one.
Okay.
So there's 2 more standing there.
So I'm going to choose whichever one seems to be. I don't know how you do this, but more competent or have his gun positioned like it might actually do some damage to somebody.
Well, both of them have their guns at bear, ready to go. So it's basically your one or the other,
I guess.
And
I guess
then being that you're not really a military type of guy.
He's not.
Yeah. So
it's
you
random then. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna spend the speed point. I'm gonna go up to phase sprint, and then I'm going to spend the might point and apply effort to increase damage.
Okay.
Did we lose audio?
No, I just haven't seen the roll yet.
I'm just mathing.
Oh, okay.
Math is hard.
Yeah.
I get it. Math is brought to you by Duracell.
What's Lily gonna do?
Well,
nice.
Lily is on the stage and is wearing her armor, and she's going to snag the microphone from the madame And I would like to power stunt
Oh boy.
my persuasion and enthrall abilities to convince all of the civilians to quietly go and wait in the lodge until the country club until these issues have been dealt with, to where the civilians are removed from the line of fire.
Okay, all right, 1 second. Okay, so that difficulty of 4 did it. So the Phantom, he does his kind of like teleport step attack. And how do you what are you doing to the guy exactly? What does it look like?
So, with phase sprint, you kind of phase out of reality.
Okay.
And I envision this as very much of a, I'm swiping my hand through his body and tickling at his heart.
Okay.
So you've got, 2 points of damage to the target that ignores armor, and then he gets another 2 additional points of damage because of the effort. So he takes 4 with the successful roll, and he feels like he just had a heart attack.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Brutal.
Yeah, they are brutal. So he kind of grabs his chest and basically bends over, and begins to crumple to the ground, because it's just like a, it's a like system shock. It's almost too much for him to bear. Okay. All right. Okay. So Lily, you grab the mic. So particular, or
I'm sorry, what was that? You cut out.
I don't know why I'm cutting out like that. Do you say anything in particular, or do you just kind of tell everybody, come on inside and
throw your hands
nice
in
and
the air?
Right, it's nice
Wave
and
them like
warm.
you don't care.
It's nice and warm in here.
Hey everybody, look, it's hot cocoa time. Why don't you head on in and get a fresh hot cup of cocoa on us?
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Give it a roll.
Oh, she rolled. She got a 19.
Oh, I didn't see.
Yeah.
That's her up there? Okay.
Yeah, she smoked it.
Oh, wow. Okay. All
this
right.
hot cocoa
19.
brought to you by Duracell.
Okay. So what would the minor effect be? Any ideas? How would that work?
I figure everybody. I'm thinking
Faster?
for the minor effect that most of them just kind of
quickly.
calm down and head on in,
Okay.
instead of being, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. They're all, oh right, hot cocoa.
Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. So you see there's like a mass exodus now, as people kind of just push their way into the lodge in there, and the madam gets kind of swept away with them, as the wave of people kind of head on in. Okay. All right.
Every time you say the madam, my mind goes.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Now we know why they needed so many Duracells.
Right.
We're at a cat house. Oh my god.
Right. Okay. So Battlejack, there's one more.
It's 9 o'clock.
Frosty guy there.
Bedtime.
That's there,
run.
and he does. He turns around and he begins to hot hoof it around towards the service entrance behind the lodge. Okay. You see that Diggle comes walking up to Battlejack, and he's kind of shaking his head, and he says, "I don't know what you people think you're doing here." He says, "But what I saw back there wasn't part of any kind of contract I signed."
Okay. I'll look him up and down, and sort of shake my head derisively, and say, "You should leave the heroing to real heroes."
He says, "Real heroes." He takes his shades off, and you
Not
see
2-bit mercenaries.
you see that there's like looks like blood, like kind of like splattered droplets, kind of like on his face and on the front of his flak jacket, and he says, "Do you know what I just saw back there?" He says, "Is that how velocity does things?"
I'll kind of trail. Am I able to see velocity or what was left of what velocity did
Well,
anywhere?
velocity didn't do it.
Well, the truck. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
No, that was seismic.
What did
Well, Seismic ripped the engine out.
They
and
ripped the
then,
engine out. Yeah.
Uh,
Velocity.
the wolf ate.
So what you're saying is the dude Diggle went and looked inside the back of the truck
Yeah. Yeah.
and saw what Fenrir did,
Yeah.
and he's blaming velocity
Yeah.
because he didn't see the wolf.
Because he knows velocity. You know, so he knows him. Yeah.
Man, that's the dude's had
Well,
shitty
he
rolls
doesn't
all
know
night, and now
velocity.
you're gonna make him the bad guy. That's
He knows
horrible.
Velocity. He knows velocity. A
Said-
member of
the
Vanguard.
Revengers?
Yeah. The Destroyers.
I'll shake my head
Mhm.
and tell him that we'll find a way to make this right
Okay. All right. Okay.
because
So
we're heroes, and that's what heroes do.
and that's what heroes do. Okay. All right. Okay. So you guys hear emergency sirens and stuff, vehicles. And you guys see the first responders starting to come up the drive towards the lodge,
Are there any injured civilians?
Yeah, there are, because some of them were trampled in the wave of people that were running in for hot coke. So some people got hurt that way. Other people got hurt at the initial sight of all the shooting and everything. So yeah, there are some injuries.
No one got shot.
Don't forget that mad dash for the hot chocolate. That was
Right. I said that. Yeah. No, you didn't. You don't know of anyone who actually got injured as in being shot. No.
Okay, I'm attempting to
CPR.
see to anyone who was kind of injured and get them to the first responders.
Okay.
You know,
Well, some
I
of the
guess I'm
some of the
near
Frosties are in bad shape. Don't forget about those guys.
yeah, I'll make sure that they're disarmed,
Okay.
and they'll need medical attention to after I find something to snare them up with.
Okay. All right. There's like cords from the mics, and, the PA system. There's stuff that you can get from there if you just want to tie people up.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So,
Bunny has zip ties.
huh?
Zip
Duracell
tie.
has just zip ties.
Oh.
Duracell has zip ties.
So,
Gotta trust the copper top.
That's the best line all night.
right.
Phantom's actually going to go in and serve the hot chocolate.
Oh gosh. Okay. So as we kind of fade away, you guys see, or we see, like the first responders come pulling in, and the guys are jumping out with their gurneys or whatever they have, people out. Some of Stark City Police Department, they begin to finally show up, and we see that on the service road along the back side of the lodge, there's a figure kind of walking alone up the service road, and you see that she kind of looks over her shoulder and smiles, and you see that she's got the blue diamond in her hand.
Oh hell no! Come on, I was on top of it the whole time.
And we'll end it there.
Oh man, that was the whole reason I was up there. I've been bamboozled.
No.
So thanks, guys. I appreciate you time out.
We're
here
not
using
ending
the-
there. We're
to-
not
yeah,
ending there.
yeah, we are.
No. See, Lily has to do one final
Oh.
announcement.
Okay. All
And
right.
here we are, the real heroes of Stark City. Let's give it up to our first responders for always being on time every time.
Hey, clap, clap, clap,
And
clap,
have
clap.
a Merry Christmas,
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody have a yeah.
because we can say Christmas in this country.
Absolutely.
Well, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
David, thank you for running. Cosmic and Josh and Joanne and Jim, thanks for playing. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a different system. It's not one I'm used to, so a little effort to get behind it. But I think once you nail the system down, it seems like it would flow pretty smooth. Yeah,
we love it.
Yeah,
it really does.
Daddy's talking.
I really love the system. I will state that David was correct. With this system, you say what you want to do, and the GM tells you what to roll.
Yeah, that's that's pretty. That's probably. It seems that's the easiest thing to do, especially.
One of the hard things is everyone's mind kind of tries to min max and kind of
validate stuff.
What can I do? Where is this, and just like it was said, just say what you want to do and let it go from there. That's the easiest thing.
Yeah.
I want to do a thing I'm good at.
And the thing to remember,
yeah,
is that this particular system, you don't have to min max everything because the characters all start out good at things.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, they all start out very competent.
Yeah.
And it's very much a conversation. I want to do this. Well, how do you want to do that? Okay, I'm going to use this ability, or I'm going to use this skill. All right, let's set that up to roll that way. It's going to be this difficulty, and you roll it, and it's good.
Yeah.
And somebody else attacks it a different way, and that's okay.
Yeah.
The system handles it very well.
Yeah. Jim and I, when we were working out my character and I kind of was describing kind of what I wanted him to be, he was like, oh yeah, we can do this. And then, we'll put a couple power stunts here into this. And, it made it that I'm really only good at two things, but they're basically free for me. So, there's that diminishing return as you're spending your abilities, either intellect, might, or speed. You're burning through your, those are not only your ability points to do things, your pool, it's also your health points. So I like it that, you have that, you can min-max, but you're kind of going to be selling yourself short somewhere. But it's all a matter of how, like, I built my guy to be a ranged guy that controls gravity, and all fairness, I got some awesome rolls, but I literally I spent three or four power points the whole night, or 3 or 4 intellect points to do awesome things. So yeah, I think Velocity's character was super cool. Phantom, that you're just fucking creepy. Lily was awesome, and Battlejack I thought was super cool because he was like, just that's America's ass. It was he was just cha-ching, I'm all that and a bag of Doritos.
And one thing I would say about the stats, might, speed, and intellect being hit points, I think that's kind of I'm not sure. Yeah, I think of them more as resource points, right? They're the resource points that you use to fuel the things that you do. Now, when you take damage, quote unquote damage, it does get reflected from those statistics. But you don't really take damage until you start to move down the damage track.
Right.
Also, it's fairly easy to refresh those pools on a regular basis narratively.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're playing in a game where it's a reasonable pace, you're not typically going to end up bottoming out those pools by using resources.
Right. Because you have like a 1 round, 1 minute or 10 minute. You have
recoveries
that you can make.
We also didn't do any of the GM intrusions. And I know that's a way to, get experience that, you could spend that experience to, re-roll, like Cosmic had to re-roll for his one bad roll, but, then it turned out that it worked out really well. So there's nice that there is that mechanic where, if you have an experience point, and it sounds like everybody starts with 1 experience point.
No, they don't, but I wanted to do that. So if that instance came up like it did, you guys would have that.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. And I would say at the end of the first session, It could just be one of those verbal contracts that, you get the one experience point for just this case. Like in tonight's thing, it's a one shot. But, say we were continuing to play. Okay, well, Phantom, you didn't use your reroll, so everybody got, 2 experience points tonight, or, whatever. You don't have 3, you have 2. That you forfeited that point because you didn't use it. That was just for the intro scenario to get everybody going, so you have a shot. I think that would be a logical. At least in my world, it would. Because everybody's going to get what. I mean, I didn't read the GMing section, but
you can get quite a few.
You can. You can. I mean,
you can get quite a few experience points through a regular game with GM intrusions. Mostly, what I do is allow people to save their GM intrusion experience points for rerolls and stuff. Like, especially if you get like ones, like with Roll20 is very notorious for getting ones. And instead, I do similar to the D&D's
milestones. Yep.
Where you get what's called an advancement.
Right.
So it takes 4 advancements to tier. So I typically do an advancement every 2 sessions.
Yeah,
and that's the +4 to a stat pool, +1 effort, +1 edge, skill, or other. Those are the. So you can use those as advancement or milestones, basically. And then once you fill them all up, you could say you level up, so to speak.
The rules as written have you get XPs, right? So as the GM doles out the XPs for intrusions and things like that, some people are kind of reticent to spend those XPs because they want to save the XPs for advancement, so they're not actually using them for rerolls and using them to create plot devices or
But I like Joanne's method because you don't have to be that squirrel hoarding it away. You can use those. You don't have to be afraid to use the reroll.
And it's not just for rerolls. So if you play in a more cyberpunk style Cypher run, so that's one of the beauties about Cypher is that it's setting agnostic. So if you're running like a cyberpunk, something like Shadowrun, you can use those experience points to buy what's called contacts, people that you know,
right,
and hang out with, or can get you jobs, or can get you better equipment, etc. If you're doing it with the milestones and giving the experience through GM intrusions, then they get that opportunity to have both, which is really empowering for the player.
Yeah, I see, and I like that. I'm a big, like in Pathfinder, I do milestones. I don't dole out experience points, just because I feel it keeps the players from worrying about, I got to overcome this adversary or I got to fight this monster because I need the experience point. Now they're more focused on the story, and they know that the level's going to come when it's ready. And it seems like Cypher, from what Joanne's described, that's how I would do it. I mean, that just makes more sense to me. So the players aren't sitting there, hoarding that experience points and afraid to use it for a reroll because, I'll never level up if I do that. But in my understanding, the little bit that I did read, that experience point thing is supposed to be a give and take. And like when you do an intrusion, the GM gives you 2 experience and you give 1 to somebody else. Is that typically
correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
And I think that's really neat because it keeps everybody. It's a method to keep everybody's attention, because if you're participating and you do, like, Cosmic went back there, was helping me while the Phantom was going back there to deal with the van, and if the GM would have gave me an intrusion, I would have naturally went, okay, well, this experience point's going to Velocity because he was right there helping me.
Yeah, especially if you're giving out if you're giving out one of your experience points to somebody else. Typically, most of the GMs that I've played with have want a story reason.
Yeah.
Mostly because it helps encourage, like you're saying, it helps encourage other players to stay invested and stay focused.
Yeah,
on the
pay
story
attention to what's going on, which I really like. Yeah. So, David, thank you, man. That was. Yeah, it was solid. I'm not a big Cypher fan. I mean, I should say I'm not a Monty Cook fan because of his policies on how he uses Kickstarter. But
clean it up.
Yeah, I'm eating crow is basically what's going on here. I will say both of the books are beautiful. The claim I do not like, and David and I were talking about this earlier. I do not like the layout of Claim the Skies. I don't like how it starts out. I mean, the very first sentence is, "We're not going to tell you how to build a character. This is just more options." And I'm like, well, wait a minute. I bought the setting because I want to make superheroes.
So I'm going to interject on that. So what you need to understand about the white covered books, that's Claim the Sky, Stay Alive,
Godforsaken, We're All Mad Here, and The Stars of Fire.
These are all expansion books. To literally play or create a superhero, all you need is the second edition Cypher system rule.
Right, I gathered that. And this just adds extra options. So you really don't even need the Claim the Skies book unless you want some of the information in. Like, if you're a GM, you know, there's some good setting information in there and some good background.
Cypher's a tool set, and this book is kind of hones in on it.
It focuses in, laser focuses in on it. But yeah, I can definitely see. I did read the Supers chapter in the Cypher's book, and I will say
the other thing that you'll notice is that with the Claim the Sky is that there is the power stunts.
Yeah,
the power stunts are not in
the
core rulebook.
Right. Yeah, and Jim and I were going over that, and that. I will say that once we went over because I was like, we built the character, and then Jim's like, oh wait, you've got 5 power stunts. Let's see what we can adjust, and we can make this where you can, and that's when we added those power stunts. I was like, oh, now this is a superhero.
I think those are.
It really honed it in for me, and so I definitely think if you're down with supers and you want to add that flavor, Claim the Skies is a must buy. The visuals of the book I liked. I just didn't like the layout. Yeah. The art inside the book is amazing. The core book is gorgeous. I mean, and I love in parentheses, the page numbers after everything. That was so helpful, and then I will say, I got the PDF and it's all hyperlinked.
Yeah.
So that was indexed. Yeah. So as a PDF, that's amazing, to make it easy to use. So, but I'm going to wrap it up. I got to get my little guy in bed. I want to give a big shout out to all of you guys, David, especially for GMing. It takes a lot of effort and a lot of work on your part. Totally appreciate it. I got to play. I'm not the forever GM. And then, of course, Angel Citadel, you guys are always welcomed on the channel, and I love you guys. And then, Jim, first time meeting you, buddy, so it was fun to game with you, sir.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And Cosmic, you're just dead sexy. I don't care what anybody says.
Hey, look, Bruce Cordell does sexy art.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. The book is beautiful. Both of the books are beautiful. And Josh and I have talked about this, I think, off channel. I'm a huge fan of Gods of the Fall, and I'm hoping it'll get a second edition rewrite, but I don't think it's gonna.
I don't think it is either. But quite frankly, when you're playing Cypher, it doesn't need a rewrite. The Gods of the Fall plays just fine with second edition.
It does? Okay, good. Because that's one I would love to play. I mean, I just love that concept. Oh, have you? Okay, well, yeah, hopefully you recorded it. No. So
that was pre-S recording.
That was okay. Well, we'll have to do one on the channel there, and maybe Joanne can run for us, or if that's a Josh game, I don't know, but we'll try it. But David, so much, sir. Thank you, Cosmic, as always, buddy. You rock. Everybody out there in YouTube land, thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, you know the deal. Thumbs if you liked it, subs if you loved it, and remember, as always, Mr. Mean says be nice. So we will end the recording there. Thank you, everybody.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah, I just want to say, if we ever want to revisit this, I'd be happy
to play totally down.
Again.
Yeah, that's fine. I think, like I said, my thing is that I much prefer the opportunity to like have some like character development and stuff, and it gives me a chance to like have some more like NPCs for you guys to interact with, and kind of expand the world a little bit, or the area where you guys are, so yeah, so that would be good. I agree. That'd be good. So